You've got 2 legs, arms, spine, stomach, tongue, jaw, and then you'll do heart last. So hopefully everything survives. And I should have everybody like installing stuff. I pretty much want them to kind of go focus on building shit at the moment. I don't want really anybody doing crafting anymore. No art, no tailoring. Ideally, I need to bring that back a little bit more too. Probably no smithing at this point. Probably, I mean, whoever's allocated for mining is allocated for mining. I do want people to do cooking if they can do cooking. Just, I'll bring that back one. Hunting will be important later. Handling's already allocated. Wardening's allocated. And doctoring's accurate. So everybody that can do doctoring and stuff like that is allocated properly for this. You should probably not be on these if you guys got crunchies. There we go. I call them crunchies because when you click on them, they make like a crunchy noise. But yeah, we definitely have enough power finally. This is almost tipping the scales of having enough. We finally have a lot of beds. Fuck knows how many beds. That ain't gonna tell me. Nope, not the colonist, not the cat. No, it just keeps trying to tell me the floor. Okay, I can only select 200 beds, but we have at least 200 beds, as well as we have a bunch of floor sleeping spots, and we have a bunch of double beds. So we should have probably at least 250 odd beds, maybe 300, perhaps. We'll see. I'm more amused about it than bothered. That's fair. It's one of those things where it's like, it is like bemusing to like hear, because it's like, what the fuck? I think I sort of don't want to move the lights forwards, but I also realized one of them was actually forwards properly where it was supposed to be to begin with, so I am going to bring them forwards. We'll see. What's up, Coco? All the Aprillic love, apparently. And then yeah, once this thing starts, we should have like pretty intense raids, hopefully. I also realized that I've boxed that light into the corner, and I don't know if they can get it out, honestly, so we're going to find out. Encounter people like a waver did is why I'm glad to leave the, live out in the sticks. I talk to crows more than people. Yeah. I don't know, some areas are just terrible for it, you know? She's pretty old too. No, my grandma. She's grumpy about everything, so accidentally trained me to be calm in these situations. It's kind of good in a way that like, you know, you do have like a calm disposition about it sort of thing. I'm going to move that over like there, I think. But yeah, I was just thinking, I'm thinking that she's got to be an older lady to be having like issues like that. I also need to stop having colonists come in here soon. So as soon as they're done moving the lights and building the walls, I'll get them to forcibly clean the room, and then I'll be sealing it up so that they can't. Well, I need one colonist to turn it on, but I need to keep it sealed so that nobody has a reason to wander in here. Because people having mental breaks will still walk in here, and then when they're done with their mental break, they'll get stuck in here. So I don't want them to do that. Last time I put the animals in here and gave them food, and my colonists kept coming in to pick out on the food. So the only thing I could think of is if anybody wants to do like simple meal spawn, that would give us like enough food for at least like a day or two. That would be amazing. I just don't know how expensive that's set up as. So, but yeah, what do we got? 400 beers. The cats are going to be fucking crunk on that, honestly. That's in the way of the solar panel too. Like, the colonists will drink it too, especially if they have a party and stuff, but, hit a trap. Honestly, that's kind of just normal at this point. I also want them to harvest what we have inside. I want all of it gone so we have less chance of something burning. I don't know why they keep, like, negating that, but yeah, I want everything that's inside to be cut. Oh my god, I don't know what keeps, like, jarring that. Fuck it, I'll just do a section. There we go. I'll do it. Whatever I can reach, I'll get it done this way. because I want to make sure that as much as like the horses and shit need greenery and crap, I want to make sure that we don't have shit that's gonna burn in here and potentially like cause problems. So there we go. All right, I don't know how much is left. There we go. All right, everything's allocated to be cut inside of here. Simple meals, purchase 378 simple meals. Nice. They do have to bring that shit inside, but that's okay. I'm also going to tell them just briefly to up the plant cutting as well. We ain't going to be doing growing, so let's get that going as well. And I will remove, I've got to be kind of careful about this because I want to grab only the plant grow spaces, ideally, and nothing else. So I was going to grab like the shrink zone, and I'm like, no, I've done this before and I've fucked us over. So they should cut everything down. This will give us like whatever resources exist in here will exist, and it will lessen the chance of fire. The only other thing I could do is if I wanted to put like floor tiles like everywhere, shit would again be like less flammable, but I don't know if they've got that like time and energy about them. I could do it on like outer walls where like turrets are and stuff, but again, they just want to clean it. So yeah, I do need to put power in this actually. This is what this problem is. Let me bring this probably, I think, hold on a second. Have I got it on? I don't have it on the outer part. That's fine. We'll do it up through the center. I'll take it up through here. This will give this place mostly power. I don't know if that's going to allow them all to reach, but it should let them mostly reach. And yeah, they'll get all the power and stuff online. There are several animal beds that are like missing in here. I don't know where they've put them, but it's fine. We will find them and install them. It's not too super important. All right. A lot of the lights are set and able, and if there's animal beds that aren't installed, they'll be here. So I'm only going to put them between the double beds. Anything else, I'm going to just get them to destroy because we just don't need the storage taken up. They are bringing in the deep drills, and I will deconstruct the deep drills once they're brought in. That way we have additional steel and components and stuff. Whatever we can get, basically, at this point, will be for rebuilding and repairing during whatever we're about to deal with. So, yeah. I see a couple of like blessed raccoons like scurrying around. It's great. And I think that's almost all of those. Not quite. All right, I've still got a couple of these to put down. And as far as I can tell, I think everybody's got some kind of a weapon. 2 skill trainers. I don't think you'll be able to walk at the moment, so we'll see how that goes. Because your person should be in like metric fuck ton surgery at the moment, so they're not going to be able to walk for a while, but I'll get it brought inside for later. We'll see how we go. Bring that inside. Not really good fashion. Usually just wear whatever I'm comfortable with instead of what fits together. I mean, I figure that's like normal, isn't it though? And a minigun. Nice. I think like it's not like you have to be like a certain person to care about fashion. I think the thing is like you have to like at least be interested in it, also be like able to afford it, or be able to like be good at like combining it and stuff, and generally just like care about it. It's I don't know, both a profession and a hobby, a full-time sort of thing for some people. I find it fascinating when people like, you know, put together like fitted outfits and stuff, but I personally don't give a shit about like whatever the modern day fashion is, or like making a fashionable outfit and stuff, you know. I thought I was missing one over here, but I don't think I am. I keep seeing like there's a gap. What else? How do skill trainers work? I need to send 20 of them to get to level 20 shooting. No. So as far as I understand, these skill trainers, when somebody uses one, it has a chance to increase your skills anywhere from like a couple to a lot. So I don't know what the amounts are. I'm pretty sure it's a specific amount, gamble type thing. But if you've got a really, really low level person, like they have like a 1 or a 0, a skill trainer is much more likely to get them to like, you know, a 3 or a 5 or something super fast. When you start getting like higher levels, it really only does like 2 or 3 or about that. So it doesn't really go that far. So yeah, the higher level a character is, the less it's going to do. But it is possible to get up to 20. But when they get to 20, they also have to maintain said skill. So they actually have to do hunting and or shooting at battle and stuff like that. I obviously do not have any of the mods that allow you to do, you know, the training areas or whatever. So yeah, it's just, if I have something to hunt, they can go hunt it, but I'm leaving animals out and about at the moment so that we have animals to send insane later, ideally. Food binge, port vapor, and Chithaka's an insulting spree, which is fine. I do need to change the color of that. People keep nagging me about it, like, you can't wear this, you look ridiculous. I mean, honestly, it's none of their fucking business. If you are wearing clothes and it's comfortable, it really only depends on, like, if you were, like, wearing, like, something that was inappropriate to, like, a workplace or something like that, that matters, obviously. Like, you want to be wearing whatever's, like, appropriate for your job and stuff. And the professionalism of, like, upholding whatever that job may be and or, like, safety and shit. But, like, the rest of it, like, you wear whatever the fuck you want. Like, I've enjoyed, like, you know, dressing up gothic. I've had people be like, oh my god, it's just a phase. You're gonna, like, one day wake up and regret, like, ever dressing like that or doing your makeup. And I'm like, I don't give a shit. I also, like, have worn the same style of clothing for, like, over the last decade. I wear the same jewelry for probably more than 15 years. Like, I've had to replace it, but I bought the same exact item and replaced it with it. Same with, like, the clothing and stuff. Like, it's mostly just, like, at least since my Crohn's has been active, like my Crohn's disease, I've had to wear, like softer, stretchier clothing and stuff like that so that I don't, like, do damage to, like, my intestines or anything like that. So I tend to just wear, like, a tank top and, like, bike pants or leggings or whatever. But, like, beforehand, it would have still been a tank top, but also, like, jeans or, like, I don't know, some kind of, like, a fitted skirt or something like that, you know. Really not that much difference and stuff, but I don't know. I figure in, like, this day and age, like, you get people that either care, like, a whole lot or people that just don't give a shit and stuff. And it's, like, it's quite normal for people to literally just go to, like, their local store or whatever in, like, anything from, like, pajamas through to, you know, full tier, like, fucking suits and shit. Like, it really just depends on what you want to leave the house in and what's comfortable, where you're going, what you're doing, and how that's going to impact it all and stuff. In my case, I wear a lot of stuff that's, like, particularly comfortable so that I'm less likely to be stressed about, like, my conditions and stuff. And in some cases, like, I choose, like, certain fabrics over others, or I choose certain colors over others to have, like, less of, like, anxiety surrounding, like, certain stuff with, like, OCD and shit. So I don't have to worry in certain situations or whatever. But honestly, like, I mostly just wear black clothing still to this day, so it doesn't really matter. Like, on the off chance that I actually do, like, dress up and stuff, like, it's mostly just for funsies, because, like, I don't really have, like, anywhere to be going to be, like, dressed up in the first place. But, like, if I need to, I can fucking do it. Just don't need to, you know? Already go to, like, a store and buy stuff. Well, yeah, if you go into a store to, like, buy shit and stuff, like, unless you're going out in the full, like, nude buff, like, as long as your, like, private bits and shit are covered to, like, whatever's, like, legal for your area and shit, like, doesn't fucking matter. As long as everything's covered up and shit, like, yeah. Even then, depending on where you are and stuff, like, for instance, in Australia, it's really quite common in some beach towns and stuff for people to just get around in, like, thongs and togs and stuff. So it's quite common to see somebody sitting in a fucking restaurant in, like, you know, bikinis or, like, a Speedo and stuff. It's just normal here. But in saying that, if you went further into town, into like cities and stuff, or even rural and stuff, you're not going to find somebody like getting around its hogs. It's generally kind of weird at that point. Pen, I'm not putting them in a pen. I'm going to slaughter them. Anything that's not a named person's animal, I'm going to slaughter out. Sorry. That one did get bonded though, so I will leave that one. Most of these should be spawns. There are a lot of raccoons, but we do have a few actual triumph of raccoons. Pretty sure a couple of blessed raccoons. So we'll get rid of them. That way we don't have to worry about rescuing and tending to the animals. The wolves will do rescuing and fighting, so I'm going to keep them because they're trained, partially trained. So at this point, I would say we have like components, we have steel, simple meals, a lot of simple meals, like as many simple meals as you can like land on us. Hey Abra, I see the cat meats. Because yeah, with this many colonists, they're going to chew through meals. Packaged survival meals would also be great, but I think that they're really expensive. Yeah, any kind of orbital bombardment, orbital beacon thing at this point would be epic because they'll pick those up and we can use them. So yeah, these kinds of things. Because yeah, we can use those like specifically against like mechs and shit that are not going to come into the colony. Pretty much everyone has weapons, but any kind of armor would be great, so they could put that on before we start. And yeah, I'm just finishing up the last few surgeries, so I think we've got Psychic Soothe for the males, Psychic Soothe for females. They're all pretty good for that at the moment. We have a few Psychic Soothe poppers, which is great because we can use those in tandem with the emanators and the soothes to really actually like make a difference. And I think everybody else is mostly fine. Keelon's still on the list of like surgeries. I can't super speed that up. 250 package survival meals, thank you. See, this sort of thing, if they break a wall, it won't expire, although animals might eat it, but it's less likely that it's going to expire due to a temperature issue. So, alright, we've got some lights up in here too. They're getting through and they're culling all the animals, that's what's going on, by the way. I kind of want to bring in like some different colors in here. I might make this like a blue corridor, honestly. Or I kind of feel like maybe white. I'll bring in the white, honestly. Just put a couple in here. I really gotta go to is like a store to buy stuff. Nah, I definitely saw that, I reckon. I'm gonna put a couple throughout this place, and then I'm gonna see where the darkness still is by comparison. Should be about halfway through, which is roughly there, I feel like. A little bit higher, that one. I don't know if I got that on the spot then. Oh no, I did. Alright, I think that should be all the light, all the food. I am getting them to move shit over in here, if they can. I want them to put a couple more things in here. Somebody's in an insulting spree. Need that taken out. And what was that? We've got packaged survival meals. Nice. Some home, I will fry myself some Span. Oh yeah. Well, pretty much at the point when I'm ready to do this, which will probably be in about 7 minutes. So Keelan's operations are probably not going to be there yet. But I will take like a 10-minute break, like, and then come back and initiate it. So you guys will get like 10 minutes of like being able to like lurk and get some points and stuff, and then we'll start. And everyone will be basically inside. So wherever anything is where it will be. I have my metric fuck ton of traps out here. So if they try to, you know, send us into tantrums and stuff like that, we're less likely to like kick this inside the base, thankfully. We have a shit ton of traps around the place. I'm trying to bring the food in. I need them to prioritize hauling. They're doing construction, a great job with construction, but I need them to dial that back for a moment. So there's a lot of people that are allocated for other shit. So I basically want them to not have any of this stuff. I don't want any growing. They are cutting all the plants, which we can dial that back for a moment because I want them to bring stuff inside at the minute. Dial back hunting. So surgery should be a priority at the moment. Hauling should be a priority. They should be trying to get stuff inside the base. And Q and Shearthacker are having a punch up, I guess, over a packaged survival meal, so that happened. 5 mini turrets. I actually might put some of these inside, honestly. I know this could backfire on us. I understand that there is a chance that the colonists might kill themselves, but I do not have any turrets in the mid sort of section of the base, and I really need them to have defenses all the way inside as well. So here's hoping that that doesn't get them dead later. And I think we have sufficient lights to signal this place. Nobody's having tantrums, which is great. The base could do it for clean if a couple of people want to spam like cleaning, because I think the cleaning will only clean like so much at a time. That would help too. I'll get these deconstructed. We got some more beer, so they can have some celebrations. And it looks like most people have a bed. I would say that by the look of it, everybody probably has a bed. Give or take maybe like 1 or 2 people. We are also cutting all the plants as well. I don't have a spot for this, but I kind of honestly want to put it inside the room. You know, it's just I don't think that that's a super useful idea because it could explode. But I might put it, I don't want to put it right next to the emanator, I'll put it there. So it might turret in this area. The only thing I don't have is fire foam poppers, which honestly, I'm just going to slap a bunch of these haphazardly, no fucks given, around the base. If they get it built, they get it built. If they don't, we don't. It could prevent serious fires from happening. Hold on. I clicked off something then. In that. I try my best to keep the floors clean. And thank you. It's kind of a bit difficult with this many people, honestly. It really is. There's fibrous mechanites disease is happening. So that's a thing. And I could probably use maybe some more kinds of like mortar shells, but at the same time, like not a lot, because like I don't have a lot of experience with them and I'm probably gonna fuck up using it. So yeah, we'll see how we go with that. I've got like 3 mortars at the top. I've got a rocket swarm thing up the top, down the bottom, and I must have something there I need to pick up too. It's either a statue or something. So it would probably be super good to put these on the outside, but I also want them to be able to burn the colonists, ideally. Oh, yeah. What was this up here? There was a fire foam popper was dropped. Nice. I might put that, honestly, in the hospital, and I might get a copy of that. They are building a lot of these. These are going to take up, I think, a lot of steel and components. I need to put them inside certain buildings so that when shit inevitably goes south, as much as it's going to dirty the crap out of the room, and none of the shit's even, it might be the difference. As far as I know, I've got the fire foam popper turrets in here, but I'm just going to plop a couple of these in here just to compensate for in between that. And then I'll get, I don't know if I could tell somebody to clean, but Shearthacker, I might get you, if you can clean, I might get you to just clean the shit out of this room. It looks like it's like mostly good. It doesn't look like there's anything else to it. It just looks like it's the type of floor. And I'll get these corner bits fixed up. And then we'll have to block off the doors. By block off the doors, I mean I'm actually going to build, like, remove the doors. So that people are less likely to get in here. I kind of think I'm just going to take out the centerpiece door and leave the front one, because that way we've got a bit of a barricade there. Alright, what did we get? We got the fire foam popper. We've already got that installed. Blessed is hiding in their room. Myceline's got mechanites, and we've got some cleaning going. So basically, Keelan's the only one that's still in surgery. They've got 3 more to go. I'm letting like time move about as fast as I can, but Keelan doesn't have like any armor on them and cannot currently get up to put armor or weapons on them. We are not going to need benches. We are going to need to be able to like shred mechanoids because obviously for materials, I don't think we need that, but honestly, if it's a bench that they can use between stuff, so be it. I have as many crematorium things as I possibly can. The only thing I could do is add more options for them to cremate. Any human-like corpses, because they already have animals on that one. And this one is for not fresh animals. There we go. Alright. So, we got a cargo pod. What do we get? We got Nutrimine. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start removing these external zones. Surgery's failed on Keelan. I'm gonna remove the external zones because I think what's happening is they are trying to drop items out here for what we have. And they will also be trying to clean it. So I don't want them to do that. I know that if a fire breaks out, whatever is outside will get like collateral. We have skill trainers. We have helmets. I'll leave them like, oh, we got an art bench. I don't think we need an art bench at the moment. Marine armors. And how is Keelan's condition at the moment? Keelan's technically still alive, but the jaw got cracked, so they've got 2 more surgeries to go. And I don't think there's any colonists that are catatonic or incapable of moving at the moment. So we're gonna pull apart all of the deep drills. Any of the beds that didn't make it in, there's a couple more spots I can put those. Like I said, like I'm not gonna try to make more beds or anything like that. The deep scanning stuff, that shit can come offline. We're not going to do any more scanning. And I keep seeing the color of like those venometic power cells, and I keep thinking that I've like miscolored a light or something. It keeps throwing me off. So yeah. Alright, are all these allocated? There's 1 left to go. I have a shit ton of guns out here, but they are not necessarily allocated. The only thing I could do is like basically like walk around the colony and be like, if you don't have a gun, we are gonna give you a gun to go get if you can walk, if you're not like psychotic or something like that. Honestly, I'd like them to be able to get rid of the bows and shit, but there's nothing I can do about that. I don't know who I was up to. What? You need a weapon? So I'm going to try to get people that need something. It's the only problem with it like flicking me around the place is that I'm going to keep losing track of shit. I need you to just grab whatever weapons we've got. I don't care if they want to have an alternate weapon. It is going to make them upset anyway that they're not holding on to the said weapon that they want to be holding on to. A good chunk of the colonists have got weapons. Whoever doesn't have a weapon probably has an orbable thing. So, like I said, they will automatically pick those up in the same way as like with armor. They will automatically pick it up and they'll carry it on them. So I don't have to allocate it. They can do that while we're on fast forward, honestly. Somebody's getting a beer. A couple of charge rifles. You're a pacifist. There's a couple of people in here that need weapons. I'm not going to be able to allocate everything. Like, I probably have enough weapons to allocate 1 to everyone. But it's more of like, I could probably do it as like the raids like begin. I could keep like allocating this shit out, you know. But we are basically good for weapons at this point, and yeah. I'd love to get a couple of these people carrying like the EMP stuff, but a lot of the time, like, I haven't got them carrying it because if they can do gun stuff, I want them carrying it like a different gun, you know. Plus, I've got to be careful. There's going to be a lot of people going to have grenades in this pile as well, which means when they bum rush an enemy, I do have to make sure that they don't accidentally bum rush and like destroy each other, you know. Inspired taming. I'm not really surprised about that. I don't think that there's any animals out on the map that I am concerned about. Keelan's actively in surgery. And I'm pretty sure they've removed whatever else they don't want as well. Which I also would really like to have these have like medicine on them to have it as close as possible. But honestly, we haven't really managed to do that. I would need to have like considerable stacks of medicine for them to be grabbing, which we've got. We have got good medicine, like reasonable medicine. Like obviously when you have like 300 colonists, that's only like, that's not quite 2 allocations of medication for like every colonist, but I'm just saying like it's fine for the moment. Another pacifist, another pacifist. I actually got like a few of those in a row. Hey, get rid of that. Food's rotted because incompetent. Oh, people getting food poisoning because incompetent cook. Alright, there's a few people trying to get weapons. That one hasn't been installed either. I don't know where they keep bringing these out from, but they keep finding them from somewhere. And I have that here too. So I have like a seriously big storage area here anyway. That's fine. I'd love to leave like a bunch of weapons or something just outside to like, you know, eventually like rot away and stuff, but yeah, that's not how this is sort of going. I don't know if this is a small enough area for this. There's a few incendiary traps that I could put in tunnels. If people want to come out and install them, they can. But I'm not gonna like force them out here. And as soon as we basically kick off, I'm gonna trap all my people inside. So I want to make sure that whatever I'm installing is kind of far enough away. I don't know if I could put one up here. I sort of can't. Sort of can. I'd love to put like an anti-grain warhead up here, but this is like, it's all too close sort of thing. Like, I feel like I'm going to detonate this. The other thing too is once this is all like detonated out here, it will be gone. Like whatever catches fire out here will catch fire and it will go. There's plenty of trees. I've mostly left that alone. Crimson Lotus has died because blood loss. I didn't even realize that you were having a problem. Anti-grain mortars. This is Chef Kiss.